Hello everyone, we've already prepared a giant Kinder Surprise, Kinder Joy, Kinder Bueno, Kinder Milk Slice, Kinder Country, and Kinder Chocolate. But my favorite bar is the Kinder Maxi King, and today we will finally make a giant recreation of it. But first, let's look inside and see what it consists of. On the outside, we have chocolate with nut crumbs, then a thin waffle layer, super delicate Airy Cream, and the coolest thing, the nut caramel. Altogether, this bar makes it just unrealistically delicious. It's time to get started. I'm going to use a metal tub like this as a mold. The first thing we'll do is pour in some oil onto the walls. And smear it all around with a brush. Now we just need to paste the parchment onto the inner walls. And we will need some milk chocolate. Pour a little bit into a Marmite. Turn it on so that it warms up, and periodically stir the chocolate. We're gonna need it in liquid form. Now let's make a dough for the waffles. We need a lot of oil for it. So let's open it up. Here we have 5 kilograms of butter, and we need 3 kilograms of 750 grams. Therefore, we simply cut off the excess. Just put this in a saucepan and melt it on the stove. Done. Now we pour the liquid butter into the gastro capacity. The waffles should be sweet, so let's add in 3 kilograms of sugar. And mix it so that it all gets wet. Now we need eggs. We're gonna break in 50 of them. And to mix it all well with a mixer. Now we just need to pour in 3 3/4 kilograms of flour. And to mix it all up for the last time so the dough becomes homogeneous. We will use 4 waffle irons at once. Let's put the dough inside. And close it up. Now we take it out, and we put it on the bottom of our mold. We will cover the bottom in 2 layers. Now we put some of the finished waffles on our glove. And pour in some liquid milk chocolate. And while the waffle is still hot and elastic, we glue it to the walls. And do this for the whole thing. All the walls should be covered with wafers in 2 layers. We cover up the remaining dough with some film, and we're going to need this later. Let's move on to the Airy Cream. This is a special pastry cream for whipping. They're already sweet, straight out of the bottle. So we're also going to need some gelatin. Let's open it up, scoop a little bit out, and put it into an iron container. We'll need exactly 8 grams. And now we open up the cream. Pour it into the same container. We will need exactly 130 milliliters, so let's put this aside and measure out the gelatin with cream in the remaining 3 saucepans. And now put all of this on the stove. And now, gradually heating up the cream, dissolve the gelatin. We're going to make a mass that will thicken a large volume of cream. So now we take 4 mixers. Using a measuring cup, measure out the required amount of cream. Namely 500 milliliters. Pour the cream into the bowls. And that's it. Now let's start whipping the cream. Our gelatin is already melted. So now it's time to add the thickening mass to the bowl. We're going to wait for the cream to rise properly and turn off the mixers. The resulting thick cream is transferred into the gastro capacity. And sequentially repeat all the same things until we fill in the clear gastronomy. Cover them up with lids. Now we'll take them outside to cool down. Outside, the gelatin will fix the lush foam into this position. So let's move on to the hazelnuts. It is raw and unpeeled. Therefore, we need to pour it onto the baking sheets and distribute it into one layer. That's it, pop them in the oven. At 160 degrees, it will fry well in 25 minutes. And now we take off the husk without any problems. To make this faster, just grind the nuts in your hands. And now let's go outside to get rid of the crumbled husks. You will need a garden vacuum cleaner for this. With its help, we create an airflow and gradually pour the nuts out of the baking tray. The husk is light and immediately blows away. And we are left with almost completely peeled nuts. Let's pour these into a gastro capacity. And back to the kitchen. We're going to need to chop a small amount of hazelnuts with a knife. And to get a nut paste, let's use a mélanger. Literally 20 minutes of waiting and you're done. We'll need this for the caramel. That's what we're going to do now. Pour 1 liter of poured syrup into a saucepan, and this will protect us from candying caramel. on top of this, 6 kilograms of sugar. And here, 1 liter of water. And out of the stove. Let's cook the caramel. As soon as it reaches 140 degrees, turn off the stove. And add in 1 kilogram of butter. It needs to be mixed into the caramel. Also here, we will need some heavy cream. Let's open them up. And pour in 2.5 liters. Mix it all up. And we're kind of left with a very liquidy caramel. To make the color more similar to the original, we will make it richer with the help of an orange dye. It's much better this way. Remove the caramel from the stove. And now it's time to add in the nut paste. This will make the caramel very fragrant. We mix one final time. And the caramel is ready. It just needs to cool down now. So let's go back to the mold. Our cream is already set. We scoop it out with a slotted spoon. And just look at what an airy texture it turned out to be, exactly the same as in the original bar. So let's put it into the mold. And then we realized that it would honestly just be faster to turn it over and shake the gastric capacity. The cream falls out by itself. We spread this out along the bottom of the mold. Now let's add another portion of cream. And here we will form the sides with it. Our caramel is cooled down and has the desired consistency. Let's pour this into the mold as well. And cover the caramel with the last portion of cream. Back to the waffles. That's exactly what we left the dough for. And also, we will put some milk chocolate to melt it in advance. Let's fry up our waffles. We put the finished ones on a napkin so that they can cool down. As soon as they become crispy, we spread them onto the cream. We have already smeared the next layers with chocolate. And pour all the remaining chocolate on the bottom. Nuts in whole form will not suit us, so we just need to crush them. This is the average fraction that will suit us already. We pour this all into another gastric capacity. And so now we're going to chop all the hazelnuts. Done. We pour the nuts into the mold, mix them with the chocolate, and distribute. Now we fill out the bottom. Now we're going to wait for it to solidify. We apply a sheet of plywood on top, and we turn it over. We take off the mold. Now our bar is 90% ready, and now we just need to melt the largest portion of chocolate for today. When it's gotten all liquidy, we pour our future Kinder on top. It'll be faster to do this with a ladle. Smear the chocolate around. And sprinkle the top with nuts. And add some more chocolate. And we put it all together. The same should be done with the walls. That's it, our giant Kinder Maxi King weighing in at 70 kilograms is finally ready. This took us 3 whole days to prepare. Let's cut into it. I really want to see what's inside, and I really hope everything worked out. Okay, so in my opinion, the filling is very similar to the original. All the layers are exactly the same as in the original Kinder. Now it's time to try. And you know what? To taste, the similarity to the original is just 100%. And for me personally, this is the most delicious giant sweet I've ever made. The caramel here is not just sickly sweet, but creamy and super nutty. But where are we going to put so much food this time? I'll show you now. First, we'll cut it all into pieces. Then put them into containers. And pour some nut caramel on top. And that's how we're left with the dessert. So we filled 50 containers like this. And we took this all to the nursing home, to the grandparents in need. They really liked our Kinders. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and give us some likes. And write in the comments, what other Kinder should I make next? Or have I already made them all? Bye, everybody.